here's where we're at currently. We got the injectors in, the rails back on, all the hard lines run. Got the passenger side manifold on, dipstick on, turbo on and plumbed with new feed and return lines. I do have to order this part number coolant hose for the turbo, and got the new CP3 in. So as I alluded to, I did have to go with new injectors just because mine were worn and dirty and everything, and the pump was probably okay. Like, that pump probably still makes pressure, but I just figured whatever contaminants were in the injectors were probably also in the pump, and we didn't come this far to waste new injectors with a dirty pump. So it's just been getting all that stuff together. The turbo is dirty, but a couple points to note would be that it sat on its side with oil in it for the last 3 years, and also this truck did have EGR and a regular crankcase breather for quite a while, so hopefully it holds for a little bit at least until I can save up for like a Danville 65 or something. But so we took a good bite out of the parts today, and the next step is to bring it over to Devon's and just do the last bit of install work on it before it goes in the truck. So we're gonna probably mount the Y-bridge, change the harmonic balancer to the ATI damper that I have. I've got a coolant block-off plate to replace the factory one that we can do once it's off the stand. So got a lot done today, and we're gonna get a lot done tomorrow and the next day, and this thing's gonna be in the truck before we know it. Huh. Wonder what's in this box. I figured since we're replacing the injectors in the CP3, should probably replace this as well. Cool. This is a Danville Stage 2 65 millimeter billet wheel, brand new. It's good for like 700 horse. So my clutch is good for 650, and this is obviously good for more than that. And I think the Sportsman injectors and CP3 will get me over 6. So doing a little bit of work on the interior portion today. As you can see, the carpet's been partially pulled back, and I gotta be honest, for being 25 years old with 260,000 miles and living in New England its whole life, I'm pretty impressed at the condition of the floors. Paint peels up a little bit if you mess with it, but that's still pretty solid right there. So so far what I've done is removed the shifter cable that ran down through this little rubber grommet, and I guess the next thing to do is prepare to cut the hole for the shifter. So I've been doing some looking online today, and I can't really find a definitive answer as far as if you need to use the factory shift hole or if you got to move it backwards or forwards or what. So I think what I'm going to do to start is cut just kind of inside this inner square and see where that gets us. And you know, we're a couple steps away from swinging the motor and trans in there, so arguably this is kind of an impatient move on my part, but also this is one of the things that I've been most looking forward to, is making this thing a stick. So kind of excited to make it official and pop that cherry, so to speak. So I guess we just get after it. So I don't know if this is right. We're gonna find out. This is a shifter boot off an NV 4500 96 era truck, and basically I just measured the inside diameter, so to speak, of that square pattern and laid it out with tape here. So it's supposed to be 5 1/4 square. It's 5 1/4 strong this way and about 5 this way, and basically it'll just allow that to sit where it would have originally sat. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that, and I guess that's gonna be the hole, and then if we need to change it once the transmission's in, then we will change it once the transmission's in. There is now a hole in the floor. So we're working on the motor mount situation. These are the conversion mounts from the diesel page, and these are the old clamshell mounts. This is one of the old bushings. You can see it's definitely got some miles on it. And so originally what I had done, this guy, is I bought 2 of these Pioneer brand solid motor mounts because my thinking was I would run these energy suspension polyurethane ones, and I wasn't sure of the condition of the metal on the original one, so I was like, well, I'll just buy these new ones and then I'll pop this bushing out and use the Energy one, because Energy only sells the bushing, they don't sell the clamshell with it. So did that and compared the old ones, which aside from being rusty are actually in pretty good shape given the age and everything. And basically I've decided to go with the new one, or the old ones, I'm sorry, the old clamshell with the Energy mount. These are just kind of thin looking, and you know, I've heard there's been fitment issues with aftermarket ones, and I know that these fit, so we're just going to use these. So threw them on the wire wheel quick to clean them up. So basically just assembling the new bushing. So Energy sent along these instructions, and they say you know, use a little bit of grease just to help it seat when you go to put everything together. So we're just doing that, and next thing you know, we're gonna be slapping them on this thing and dropping it in that thing. So a little update, got the interior of the frame painted, some of the exterior as well. Not perfect, but definitely an upgrade over what was there before. And basically the object of the drill was just to get as many of the surfaces that are blocked by the engine as possible. So that is to say, if I want to go touch it up after the fact, I can. And these are just kind of the places that once the engine is in are going to be difficult, if not impossible, to get to. Similar thinking applies on the sound deadening material on the firewall. There's a lot of these weird little cuts and filler pieces and stuff. It's the first time I've ever worked with this type of material, and a lot of just kind of weird ebbs and flows in the firewall surface. But much like with the paint, it's an upgrade over what was there before. I don't have any pictures, but in previous videos, I'm sure most of you saw the kind of weird, like almost like a fiberglass weave type material that these trucks had. And just trying to help quiet the cab down a little bit, so I'm going to do the same material on the floor as well. So if I want to, and which I probably will, we can add some more over here and some more over there as well, but the big thing was just to cover the area that the engine occupies. So over to the engine. Let's see, yesterday Zach and Devin got the ATI damper on, got the Danville Billet 65 on, got the up pipes on, and there's a real tight fit with the downpipe and the manifolds, and the exhaust wrap doesn't help that. So you can see they hit right there. So we're gonna mark the downpipe, unwrap it, and flatten it to clearance it as necessary. You can also see the flywheel has been installed, and we've got the South Bend 650 horse street dual disc waiting to go on. So we're just gonna get back at it, do some preparatory work tonight, and hopefully drop the thing in tomorrow.